dropping something to be able to
Show
see.
me black and
Thomas
white
legacy.
proof.
Thomas
Show me
legacy.
black and white
Thomas
proof.
legacy.
Show me black and
Dropping
white
something
proof.
to be able to see. Thomas legacy just came in. What's called show me the act where commodity backs negotiable instruments. That's the one thing. United Postal Union is a completely different jurisdiction. Just came with the negative energy. My guy, just Thomas legacy just came in. My guy, just Thomas legacy just came in. My guy, just Thomas legacy just came in. My guy, just Thomas legacy just came in, dropping something to be able to see. That's why I don't answer people, because I don't know how their question just talked about. How you back your MO with a commodity when money is backed by securities? So when it comes down to it, that tells me, hey, real quick, that's just a certain thing. And he asked it again. Expecting the response. So let me tell you something. UPU, when it comes down to it, like when it comes down to the United Postal Union, it's really about how they actually back their jurisdiction when it comes down to it. It's not about money orders being backed out of client, all this and that. And I talk about the governing of money. Nobody stated that. That's why it's foolishness. Nobody stated the governor money, or you know what, the commodities being backed by negotiable interest. Nobody stated any of that. So that's why we just, yeah. We never stated that. That's why we just block them and keep it moving.
Nah, don't block. Answer
Just
the
keep
question.
it moving. Thomas, thank you so much for coming here and say that. Well, I just block you, keep it moving, because nobody even stated anything that you're stating. You're just coming in here. That means you are from somebody else. You had an understanding of whatever or not, or heard something from people, and you coming up with some energy that you wanted to come, that you prove that you know something. Again, hey, I'm gonna get.
Yeah, don't leave now. Don't block me now. Don't block me now. Don't block me now. Don't block me now. That's what they all do. That's what they all do. That's what they all do. I can pull up the Act of May 2nd, 1933. The UPU does not govern any type of money. That's solely Congress's jurisdiction.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Thomas Legacy Cat Files. Don't forget to hit the notification button, like, and share. Now, there's been some issues with the notification when it comes to my channel. So what you will have to do is you will have to go actually inside my channel, turn the notification bell off, and then turn it back on. But today is going to be a very relatively short addition to the Thomas Legacy Cat Files, Volume 5. Now, this individual, I did not go looking for him. I didn't go seeking him. I didn't even research him. This individual by the name of Mr. Private 007, he came about because a member on my live stream yesterday, he stated that he was banned or blocked from his live stream on TikTok for, I guess, being fact checked on whether it's true that he said he paid off a house with a $1 postal money order. Now, this is another sovereign citizen-like theory, but it's really a proponent of the patriot movement. You'll see the lady Ann Bovitz, apologize if I got her name wrong. We the People shareholders, they have websites like that claiming that gold is backing postal money orders. That's really a patriot-like Terry Nichols type origin. So one thing about that, what I say is, I don't care if you read 50 website posts by sovereign citizen, patriot, revisionist historians. I don't care what you read. When it comes to the coins and currency of this United States, those powers to coin, issue, or regulate the value thereof has been granted to Congress and Congress only. Now, out of Mr. Private's own mouths, the UPU is a separate, distinct jurisdiction. So the separation of powers would come into play because the UPU, regardless if they're over the postal system and it's a separate jurisdiction, the UPU still does not have the power to regulate or determine what commodity or what asset is backing the issuance of postal money orders. That is strictly by Congress. But you know one thing that I always find very amusing is that the fact that postal money orders are backed by the full faith and credit of the United States, which is not gold. The fact that you can find that in the United States Code leads me to believe that, once again, 98% of these social media teachers do little to no real congressional research or historic research on the origins of the things that they talk about. Now, I guarantee you, this person cannot give you a history lesson on the origins of the Postal Service outside of some type of revisionist teaching. So this guy in real time fact-checked himself, because if you go back and watch his live, Mr. Private, because he blocked me, by the way, y'all, and I asked a simple question. I said, can you show me the act of Congress where gold is backing the negotiable instruments and not securities? Because I can show you the act black and white where securities are deposited, and that is the collateral for the issuance of Federal Reserve notes or negotiable instruments that can be converted into Federal Reserve notes. See, I can show that. So the fact that this guy will have you think that gold, which is classified as a commodity in every securities market in the world, that is backing postal money orders. Now, he said that I probably was taught some stuff, came from a group, and I give it to him. Yes, I was taught by people, but I was taught by people who in no way, shape, form, or fashion represents anything of this space. Everything I got taught, or what I studied and furthered my foundation, I learned to do the opposite of what 98% of the people in these spaces are doing today. The opposite. Because just like the 1099A wave, the W4 sandwich, all these come fly by night classes, which are nothing new. The UPU and the Postal Service, that's been a stable point of the patriot movement for decades. So these young bucks really think they're teaching something, but what they don't realize is they're only teaching things that are 25 and 30 years outdated and never worked. But they think it's new because it just hit their hands. Because a majority of people, what they don't realize is everything that they probably tried in the past, I'm going to give it about good 98% as well. Everything that they tried in the past, people have already tried 15 and 20 years ago and did not work. But they don't know it because they think it's new. Ignorance of the system is no excuse. Just because you don't understand or you never ran across it before doesn't mean it's something that's brand new. Because there's nothing new under the sun. But I can show you that the United States Postal Service engages in securitization, the same thing I teach. So you can find elements of the accounting and the assets and all the balance. You can find that with them as well. They're no different. See, this is the difference between my teaching. My teaching, you're going to find evidence elements of everything I teach in every aspect of this financial world, regardless what setting you in, regardless if you're dealing with a finance company or you're going to the post office to get a postal money order. But the question remains is, this guy was trying to get 100 people in his class, and Lord knows he looked like he needs it. The thing is, are you accepting $1 postal money orders, or you're going to be accepting the full rate? Because I find a trend, right? I see a trend. And I'm not against it. I mean, I don't care. I see that every time someone teaches about a bill of exchange, an international bill of exchange, or international promissory note, or some type of fictitious fraudulent instrument or security that they're advocating people to send to their mortgage company or lenders or whatever so they don't have to pay out their back pocket. I always find that they never accept the same instruments that they are advocating for others to use. They never accept those same instruments, but they do accept the same instruments that the students, lenders, finance companies are demanding they pay. So the thing is, why would they pay you when they can just go use that money to pay down their obligation? Because if a $1 postal money order was able to get you a set off or a discharge of obligation on the house, why don't you tell your students to go get $1 postal money orders? And they can pay you like that. And then you can use those $1 postal money orders to pay off all other debts. See, they put their foots in their mouths because they go from the same playbook, y'all. It's the same script. They always promise or advocate the biggest, grandiose victories, the outlandish successes. But when you look at them and look close, you be like, well, we don't see no evidence of that success based on what you're talking about. And then you got to ask yourself this. Do you think these people are really sitting back and studying like we are over here? You really think they're doing it? If he can easily be fact-checked by his own words, like a simple Google search would tell you that he's wrong. Gold does not back postal money orders, as the Postal Service is an independent agency of the government. And this is historic law, historic congressional acts of Congress, that every obligation of any independent agency of the United States government has historically been backed by its full faith and credit. Whether it's Fannie Mac, Freddie Mae, Navy Federal Credit Union, it doesn't matter. United States Postal Service, the full faith and credit of the United States is backing any obligations or negotiable instruments those agencies issue. Meaning the government's full faith and credit, their revenue from taxation, tariffs, treasury bond, treasury securities revenues. Since they're going to have all this X amount of dollars coming in from all the government's operating activities, then they have confidence that they'll be able to pay their bills when they arise. And that's just how it works. As far as the gold back in the postal money order, for those of you who are listening, I'm just going to be 100% completely honest with you. These people all use the same script. Every class they teach, it's always regarding about you paying in a species of money that is outside the contractually agreed methods of payment that you sign with the other party.